Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news, all right, folks. Let's talk about one of the most intriguing rumors swirling around the NFL right now. An apparent trade that could shake up the NFC East and send shockwaves through the Giants' roster. This isn't just some idle speculation. Sources are pointing toward a major move involving Roquan Smith, the superstar linebacker from the Baltimore Ravens. And if this deal goes down, it could be one of the most impactful trades of the offseason, especially for the Giants, who are always looking to bolster their defense and make that push back to playoff prominence. So what are the details? Well, reports suggest that the Baltimore Ravens are willing to trade Roquan Smith to the New York Giants. In return, Baltimore would receive a second-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft and a fourth-round pick in 2027. Now, at first glance, it might seem like a lot to give up for a player, but when you really break down the value, it makes a lot of sense for both teams. The Ravens, sitting at 9-8 last season but falling short of the playoffs, are facing some tough decisions. They're looking to free up cap space, about $15 million, so they can give Lamar Jackson a well-deserved extension, and trading Smith would help them do just that. It's a classic case of a team balancing immediate needs with future flexibility. Now, Roquan Smith himself is a game-changer. He's a linebacker who's come into the league with a reputation as one of the most ferocious and versatile defenders in the NFL. In 2025, he played 17 games, racking up an astonishing 145 tackles, 95 of those solo, as well as 2 sacks and 3 interceptions. His PFF grade overall was an impressive 88, 5 with run defense at 90, 2 and coverage at 85, 8. He's the kind of linebacker who can do it all, blitzing, dropping back into coverage, setting the tone physically. His EPA per tackle is 30, which means he's actively reducing the offense's chances of gaining yards, and he totaled 15 tackles for loss, showcasing his disruptive presence. When you look at his career stats, over 120 games, more than 850 tackles, 25 sacks, 60 tackles for loss, and minimal injury issues, it's clear that Smith is a player who brings consistency and high-level production. His impact on defenses is similar to what we saw with Bobby Wagner during his prime, especially in 2022 when Wagner's addition to the Rams helped boost their run defense significantly, adding over 130 tackles that season. Smith's presence on a team elevates the entire defense, and for the Giants, that's precisely what they need to take that next step. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the Ravens might be motivated to make this trade for strategic reasons. Their cap situation is tight, and releasing Smith would free up around $22 million, money they need to keep Lamar Jackson happy and to rebuild their offensive line and secondary, both areas that struggled last season, giving up around 25 points per game. Smith's contract is hefty, but the Giants, with their cap space, could absorb his deal and immediately upgrade their linebacker core, something they desperately need after losing Bobby Okereke to injury in November 2025. Okereke, who was a team leader, saw his tackles drop by about 30% after that injury, which hurt their run defense and overall team cohesion. Adding Roquan Smith would help fill that leadership void while improving the defense's consistency. And let's talk about what this means on the field. The Giants' defense, which finished 413 last season, was giving up roughly 22 points per game. Imagine if you add a player like Smith, someone capable of commanding the middle of the field, making tackles, forcing turnovers, and setting the tone for the entire defense. His presence alone could reduce those points allowed to around 18 per game, a significant improvement. Plus, his ability to stuff the run, his 15 tackles for loss last season, would help contain the league's better rushing attacks, including teams like the Eagles and Cowboys. On the offensive side, this move would allow the Giants to play with a little more freedom. With a solid linebacker like Smith controlling the middle of the field, the defense can become more aggressive, forcing turnovers and giving the offense more short fields. That's especially crucial for a team that wants to balance their attack and not be solely reliant on Saquon Barkley and the passing game. A better defense means more opportunities for Daniel Jones and the Giants' offense to capitalize. and with the added scoring potential, the team could see a jump from their current 4-13 record to something much more competitive. Now, looking ahead to the future, the odds of the Giants making a Super Bowl run would skyrocket with a move like this. The betting odds have already started to shift. Initially, the Giants had very long shot odds, around plus 20-0, to win the Super Bowl. But with the addition of a player like Roquan Smith, especially if he adapts well to the Giants' defensive schemes, those odds could improve significantly, maybe to plus 500 or better. That's a massive jump, and it reflects how much a player of Smith's caliber can influence a team's chances. His ability to dominate against the run and in coverage makes him a true X-factor, especially when facing top-tier quarterbacks and dynamic offenses. And let's not forget the impact on the division. The NFC East is one of the most competitive divisions in football, with the Eagles, Cowboys, and now potentially the Giants making big moves. If the Giants add Smith and further strengthen their defense, they could become a real threat to knock off the Eagles, who have been riding high with their balanced team. The Cowboys, always a tough matchup, would find it even harder to move the ball against a Giants defense that's now anchored by a player like Smith. This trade isn't just about one player. It's about shifting the power dynamics in the NFC East, giving the Giants a serious boost and potentially setting up a fierce rivalry that could last for years. Of course, the Giants have been building for this moment. After a tough 2022 and a disappointing 2023, they're finally positioning themselves to contend. Daniel Jones is entering his prime, and the team's front office has been aggressive in adding pieces that fit their timeline. A linebacker like Roquan Smith would be the perfect complement to their young core, adding leadership, experience, and a playmaking edge that could elevate the entire team. The Giants' coaching staff under Brian Daboll has shown they can develop players and maximize talent, and bringing in someone like Smith could be the final piece to unlock that next level. Now, for fans who have been following the Giants closely, this kind of move just makes sense. It's a calculated gamble, but a smart one, especially considering how much it could change the trajectory of the franchise. The NFC East is wide open, and with the right moves, the Giants could be back in the playoffs, making a deep run and even chasing that elusive Super Bowl title. This potential trade isn't just about one player. It's about a new identity, a renewed confidence, and the promise of brighter days ahead. Remember, though, this is still just a rumor. Nothing is official yet. But if it happens, Giants fans, you better prepare for an exciting season. Roquan Smith's arrival would send a message to the entire league that the Giants are serious about winning again, about competing at the highest level, and about reclaiming their spot among the NFC's elite teams. We've seen what he can do on film, and we know that with the right fit, he could be the catalyst that transforms this Giants defense from a liability into a strength. And for us fans, that's what dreams are made of, seeing our team rise, dominate, and make that march back to the Super Bowl. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So what do you think, Giants Nation? Are we about to see one of the biggest moves of the offseason? Is Roquan Smith heading to the Big Apple? How do you think he'll fit into Brian Daboll's defense? And what does this mean for our chances in the NFC? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinions matter so much to us, and they matter even more to the Giants. I'll be back soon with more updates on this story and everything else happening around the team, so stay tuned and keep that Giants passion burning bright. We're heading into an exciting era, and with moves like this, the future looks brighter than ever. Let's go, Giants.